Okay, I ain't gonna play no more of that. I don't want to get a copyright strike. Exodus. Exodus. I'm gonna wait just a couple of more minutes for some folks to get on. I always do this, not always, but I was just sitting here in my car and decided I would just pop on. Still reading my book, still waiting for folks to get in here. It says zero. I'm talking to myself. Well, that's nothing unusual at all, you know. Is when you answer yourself, that's the problem. Yeah. Okay, it says I've been on here, what, a minute and 15 seconds? And it's still zero. Oh my goodness. I guess that's my own fault for not saying that I was gonna go live. I need to do better, huh? Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna sit here then and stare and see how long it takes before somebody comes in here. One of my diehards that you come hell or high water, and actually we had both in this area. Still says zero. I wonder if it's because it's not transmitting correctly or not. I don't know. Well, I'm just gonna sit here for a couple more minutes and have a sip of my mineral water. This is a long time. 2 minutes and what, almost 40 seconds? And it still says zero. I guess it's where my people at is always here. They're looking for trees that I'm not able to sell and eggs. That's what it is. Still nobody. Hold on. This is crazy. I'm wondering if I'm really transmitting or not. Because I'm here at the farm and I thought it would be transmitting, but maybe it's not. It says that I'm live, but I can't tell if it is or not. Hmm. That's really weird. And I said really weird when it was exactly 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Really weird. So I'm not sure if anybody can hear me or not because I'm sitting here at the top of this hill at the farm, and I've been on here for what, going on 5 minutes now, and there's nobody in here. Hmm. Well, it's kind of silly, but I guess it's still probably recording. Anyway, I was going to do a video anyway, so I'll just continue talking by myself. That's okay. Like I said, is when you start answering yourself is the problem. But anyway, the topic I kind of wanted to discuss today is I did a couple of videos about where my journey is. Um, and I've been reading. Oh, there is somebody in here. Ruby. Hi, Ruby. Welcome, darling. You get to sit here and listen to Monica rant about different things. And but the topic today that I kind of wanted to talk about, because I did a couple of videos the last couple of days regarding where I am on my spiritual journey. From me sitting on the side of the highway snotting and crying because of this experience that I had to where I am today. And I've been through, after leaving, you guys know this, but for those of you who don't know it, I left the Jehovah's Witness, uh, I call it a cult, a little over 10 years ago, after a lifetime of doubting, but having to stay in because of fear of being shunned, of fear of asking questions. If you're an ex-JW, you know the struggle. But it took me years and years and years to finally get to the point, and it was after my father passed away, after promising him that I was going to make the truth my own. And so after he passed away, I decided to go ahead and get back, try to make the truth my own. And anyway, all that was, I found out for sure, without a doubt, what I was feeling in my core all along was absolutely correct for me, and it was a crock of crap. So began my journey down the rabbit hole of searching for the truth, no matter what the cost is. I just want the truth. And it led me down many, 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 many different rabbit holes. Um, like I mentioned before, thinking I was a born again Christian, to a black Hebrew Israelite, to, again, I don't know what, just different, just every rabbit hole there was, I went down it because I'm still in search, but I'm closer. I think I honestly believe in my core that I'm on the right path because all the research that I've done over the last 10 years, and again I've studied different things, and I wanted to hear everything because all we've ever had for me has been the Bible, the Word of Jehovah. Don't question it. Don't lean upon your own understanding. Even if it don't make sense to you at all, don't you doubt it. You gotta have faith. So starting my research again in all different areas, what actually stopped me in my tracks was again those Sumerian cuneiform tablets. And since discovering those cuneiform tablets, the Sumerian text, I've learned even there is even more ancient books that's older than the Sumerian text, and the Sumerian text predate the Bible by 2,500 years. And there's books and manuscripts and things etched in stone or whatever that even predate the Sumerians, telling almost identical stories as the Bible. But the Bible is the inspired word of God. And remember, we were taught God. But again, with my research, it's it's not God, but gods. Let us make man in our image. And use the word Elohim. Elohim literally means the powerful ones. There's some other descriptions of it, but the one that sticks out in my mind the most is the powerful ones. Not powerful one, but ones. And the Elohim were masculine, are masculine and feminine. So once I discovered just that, that there's more than one God in the Bible, and it makes so much sense. Now, if you use critical thinking and slow down and use your own critical thinking and not what's been drilled into our heads, this is what it means. Step back and question, because if you're in this for your spirit, for your spirituality, for me, I'm checking under every stone, peeking under every corner. No rock will be unturned until I am confirmed in my heart, soul, and my being that this is it. Which brings me to where I am now. We are spirit beings. This is what I believe now. We are spiritual beings of light. We are facets of the creator of the cosmos, the one, the source. It cannot be described. It always has, and it always is, and it always will be. Just pure 100% divine energy that can create. And this is, again, this is my own inner, what resonates in my core. I see the Bible now. Some people call it the Freemasonic playbook. There's some valuable information in the Bible, and it is the word of the gods, but not the grand creator of the cosmos. And I see that that's where the confusion is. And with these so-called gods, the Bible has nothing to do with religion at all. But these beings, and I don't know if it's what they call the fallen angels. I'm not sure what they are, but they are not the creator of the cosmos. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble again. Where I am now, again, I feel that my perspective, we are spiritual beings encased in this avatar, meat suit, uh, astronaut uniform, whatever you want to call it. We are not this. We are not this. How we got here, I don't fully understand or understand, other than the fall of mankind to where these Anunnaki beings manipulated our DNA by introducing their DNA to us and just altering us in some way to where we are encased, our spirits are encased in this body. And I think the whole thing with Jesus coming down to buy back what man had lost, which is everlasting life and all of that stuff. Again, I really think and feel that these beings, these different so-called gods of the Bible, pick and chose different things to say in the scriptures that will cause the beings that they manipulated to worship them. And this whole thing about a soul trap. We are bombarded in our minds that if you're good, you're going to go to hell. If you're good, you're going to go to heaven, and if you're bad, you're going to go to hell. Jehovah's Witnesses teach something different about that. And they spin it to where it's like religious, and you have to do this for God and all of this stuff. When it's not, all it is a soul trap to keep us. Because once we lose this avatar, once our engine the engine dies, um, that's holding us within this, and we've forgotten how to get out. We know how it's coming, but because we've been indoctrinated from birth, so when you die, you're supposed to go to the light, and your loved ones are going to come and get you again. And all this is, this is a, I know this sounds crazy, but it makes so much sense. We are in some type of a holographic matrix system. That everything that's around us is really not there. Yeah, the cuckoo people coming to get me for sure now. But and they're telling us this in the movies, The Matrix, Unloaded, all these different sci-fi movies. They're telling us what's really going on. And this whole thing about like they talk about the Galactic Federation. I kind of think I'm more inclined to believe that's real, other than the whole religion thing. And it's not about religion and worship or anything at all. I honestly feel at this point that we are just one small planet in a galaxy, bajillions of different solar systems, and we're just a small part of it, but we're hyper focused on where we are now, because we're sort of living in this reality. Is that you, Lily? You want to come on, Lily, and let's talk about this? Come on, I put it at the top. Click on if you want to pop in. Ruby, you too, so we can talk about this stuff. So I'm not just talking by myself. And if I'm saying something that sounds super crazy to you, let's talk about it. But if I say something that sounds like, ooh, that sounds like, hey, let's talk about this some more. But I'm going to keep talking. You guys can come on when you're ready. But I don't think any of this is about religion at all, about worshiping God and being. I don't believe any of that anymore. I think that we're just one small portion of a massive system that came from the grand creator, the source energy, the one. Everything came from that creative explosion, Big Bang, maybe. Big Bang. And who said that? The little dude in the chair. I shouldn't have said that, little dude in the chair. The what's his name? He's supposed to be the smartest man in the world. I can't think of his name right now. But let me see what she said, Lily. I don't see a link. It's not at the top. Oh, it's not there. Hold on, darling. Let me put it in. Hold on. Let's see. Guest. I thought I did. It must have fell off. Copy. Okay. And I'm gonna go into post in the comments. Pop it in. Paste. And done. Chat. It should come on now, Lily. Did it pop in? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. But anyway, where was I? With the Big Bang. The Big Bang. What I think happened. Hang on, let me get Lily on. Is that you, Lily? Hold on. Add to stage. Okay, can you hear me, Lily?
Yeah, I can hear you, darling.
Okay, all right. Anyway, I'm just finished explaining how I think all of this stuff happened. Okay, I was
Well,
talking a little bit about the.
can you hear me okay?
I hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just here putting the coffee maker away to pack
Okay.
it away. Um, we're tomorrow loading up, but and I turned on my YouTube, and there you were live.
I was sitting here, girl. I can't sell these trees for nothing. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to put on my farmers market clothes and get down there and go sell it. But anyway, I was just sitting here and I was listening to a song, Bob Marley song on the thing Exodus about we're about to exit out of this matrix is what popped
Yeah.
into my mind. And so it kind of got me on just
So
talking a little bit about because I did a couple of videos regarding where I am on my spiritual journey. For me, starting
I
out, it's not
saw
on the side of the
those.
road, and
I saw those. They were great.
yeah, yeah, just my thoughts, and I'm like, wow. So I wanted to kind of continue where I am on the journey, and it's kind of out there for some folks, but some folks is going to resonate with, and other folks are going to be calling them folks to come get me out here in the world.
I don't think it's so odd nowadays, really,
Hmm.
compared to maybe years ago. But I think a lot of people are waking up to all of these things that you talk about and other people talk about. It's like it'd be one thing if you were alone in the conversation, but you're not.
Right.
You're in good company. You are.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because there's a lot going on. But the more I research, and this is really this book has really helped me to fill in some pieces, Bibles, gods of the Bible. But I had to break out my Nag Hammadi scriptures too because
Yes.
the gods of the Bible has brought me back to this book again that gives a much clearer picture to me of really what's going on. And it is absolutely nothing to do with religion and Jesus and all of that other stuff. Not at all. I do believe that this source energy, the one that's always been, I can't even call it a one. I don't know what you call it. It's just energy that's always been there, and it's just some type of
Mhm.
creative energy. And I think it's spewed out different galaxies, places we have no imagination of how far this goes. We are just one speck in what's out there. However, it's
Yeah.
very real to us because we're experiencing this, or we think we're experiencing this. And I think what we are actually facets of that source being. And somehow on this particular planet, dark, because I mean, everything comes from source. So there's dark and light to me.
Hmm.
It makes sense. So the dark beings here have capitalized on the light beings that were here by somehow trapping us into these avatars. But we are all spirit beings, but we're entrapped in this carbon suit that they've made for us.
I think about the okay, so it appears, we'll say allegedly, it appears that somehow or another the man's existence goes back to the like what the book is talking about that you're going through, and even before the book, like the other stuff that you were talking about, not Nagamati and the other texts. Now, how many years does the Nagamati predate some of these ancient texts? How that's one of
I
the
don't know.
oldest.
And see, I don't know for sure how no, but I know that I think the Nag Hammadi scripts, is it the Nag Hammadi scripts?
Or
It's one of
codex.
them. I'm not sure, Lily. I'm not sure, but I know that the Sumerian texts predate the Bible by 2,500 years. I don't know where
Okay.
the Nag Hammadi is in that, but I know that the Egyptian, there's some kind of Egyptian text. I can't pronounce the name, but they predate they predate the Sumerian text by thousands of years, and it's
And
almost the same identical stories and the same characters
that's
again.
one of the books that you have researched, the one that predates, right?
Yes,
Um, when you can think of it, get that name because it'd be nice to be able to refer to it by the name. Because
right.
whenever people talk about, because we know firsthand, we as XJW, we were in the one true religion, and they used the oldest text that they could, and they went back to the original scriptures and the original hieroglyphics, or text, or whatever they call that. And we in our minds really thought that we were looking at a true source of information.
Yeah.
And whenever you learn about, I'll use King James, for example, how King James, he was a king, he wanted the Bible to be the version that he felt was acceptable. And so people refer just randomly that the King James Bible is some sort of like real historical one, when in actuality, it's not. There's many before it. And so to be able to predate and find out the oldest that can be referred to, you don't have to go very far back to really show that the Jehovah Witness Bible and others similar to it have no validity at all, because they are, what do they say, an abomination, or they were made up to fit, the narrative that they wanted. Monica, you disappeared. Hey, darling, you disappeared. Hello, Monica. Let's see. Not sure where you went. It says that it's still live. It's still going. So everyone can hear and see you. So we might have lost Monica. So let me leave. I'll tell you what. I'm going to leave the live. And if there are other people in comments, because I can't see whether or not if there's any more comments at the moment. Oh, wait a minute. There is Monica. Join the chat. YouTube. Nope. Okay. We are so inept at this, it's not even funny. Chat with everyone. I'm going to put hello and a question mark, and if there's anybody there, maybe I can see it. Nope, not seeing anything. So if there are other people in the audience, we seem to have lost Monica, or I am lost, one or the other. And she will either come back on and fix the stream, but it says live viewer comments show up. So it looks like I'm still live here. So we'll figure this out. Put a pin in this discussion, as I would say, put a pin in it. Means put it on the bulletin board and go back to it. All right, let me leave.